Hello, Internet. My name's Bobby McCarthy. I'm a Nottingham-based student and filmmaker, working on a course at the moment called Digital Video and Broadcast Production at Confetti Institute of Creative Technologies. It's a FDSC course, and the sort of major project that we're working on for our second year is to make a completed short film. The short film that I want to make is based on an idea that I pitched in my first year to Spool Films. It was a well-received proposal, but it wasn't one of the two projects that ended up being taken up. So I carried the idea over into this year, and I'm hoping to make it, and I'm hoping to make it the best film I can possibly make it. The film's called Where Am Every Eye, and the idea is that it's based around this one guy in his early 20s who has opened his eyes to find himself sat in an armchair with a drink of punch in his hand in the middle of a field. And he has no idea how he got there. The only thing he knows is that this isn't really where he is. But the surroundings are very real to him, and there are things going on around him that he doesn't really understand, and he's struggling to put together. And we follow him through his memories and his delusions to try and work out where he was, what's been happening. And yeah, I'm not going to say any more than that at the moment. It's got a Facebook page, facebook.com/where am every eye. Can't even say it myself. And on there, it's described as a strange, surrealist journey through the mind of one young man in the midst of an unknown crisis. That kind of sums it up in one way. Another way to sum it up in terms of genre would be probably psychological thriller, although I've tried to bleed as much genre specificity out of the film, because I'm not overly keen on the concept of drama, genre, I suppose. I love drama. For me, it's a really exciting project. I want it to be really visually exciting. The sort of the exterior of the field and the woods, with the furniture taken from the interior to the exterior, and then seeing that same furniture in its interior setting. And a lot of the shots will be matched with each other. This couch is here, and the table's there, and this person stood there in the living room, and then at the click of a finger, we're in the field, but all those things are in the same place, but in the wrong setting in Billy's mind. So that kind of gives you an idea of the project, I suppose. There'll be a more in-depth synopsis down there. I'm really excited about the project. I want to make it a really good film. And in order to do that, I've decided that I want to try and get some money together to help me make it. The equipment that I want to use is available to me through the university and hopefully through friends as well, which is probably why the amount of money that I'm looking for is sort of modest. Most of what I want the money for is firstly to be able to help the people who are helping me to help me. So the actors, for instance, and maybe some of the crew will have certain expenses that they will accrue in coming to the locations and helping me make the film. I'd like to give them something back for that. I'd like to cover their expenses as much as I possibly can, particularly for the ones who might be making an effort to come from another city to help me out. I'd like to be able to help them with travel costs. I'd also like to be able to provide food for people who are helping me, because certainly on the exterior locations, the days might be quite long. So I want to be able to provide them with some hot food and beverages and all that sort of stuff, to help get through the day, I guess. And also, there might be some costs involved in costume design. There's one particular character, not so much character, more of a vision in Billy's mind, who is a scary clown. And I've thought a lot about getting the costume, and I'm going to try and get it for free from somebody in exchange for advertising or a mention in the credits or something like that. If that's not possible, if it turns out that that isn't doable, then I might need to buy something or have something made or hire something. There might be a requirement for van hire because I'll be moving furniture from an interior location to an exterior location, and I'll be having to take obviously as much care of it as possible. It might not be my furniture that I end up using, and I want to transport it in the safest way possible so I can guarantee them that it's being taken care of. I have a very specific idea of what I want the couch to be. I definitely want it to be red because I think that's the colour that's going to stand out the most from the browns and the greens of the exterior location. And it's certainly important that the furniture looks out of place in its exterior setting. Looking for something quite specific, I'm thinking there might be some costs behind that, either in getting hold of a red couch, if I can't find one that can be lent to me, and or covering somebody else's couch in red material to make it appear as though it's red. Both of those, in varying degrees, will involve costs, which I'd like to have covered, because I have no budget and I can't afford to cover these things myself. So, the best way for me to be able to make the best film I possibly can is if you guys can help me out by putting a little bit of money my way, so that I can put it into the film. This will not be without rewards on your part. Hopefully, the biggest reward will be the fact that the film gets made and it will be made available for you to watch. Once it's been made, it will have an online presence for a brief period of time, because the hope will be then to send it out to festivals and things like that. For the smaller investments, should we call them, there'll be that option. The film will have been made and it'll be available online for a period of time to watch, possibly 2 weeks, maybe a month, I'm not sure. People who give slightly more receive a digital copy of the film. I'll send them a digital copy of the film which they can keep, either on the computer or on a hard drive or whatever you kids are up to these days. I ran a competition on the Facebook site that meant if I got to 100 likers on the Facebook page by the end of 2011, that I would give away 7 DVDs of the film, and was successful in that. So I'll now be making DVDs of the film. What I'll do for the people who give slightly more money is to make more copies of that DVD for them to send out to them, and I'll post them out at no further cost. I also want to give out some signed copies of the screenplay, because they'll be worth nothing one day. So that'll be definitely worth having in your possession. Various other bits and pieces as well, that are going to be mentioned either on that side or that side, I'm not sure. You can look and you can decide based on how much you can afford or what you want to receive in return, how much you're going to donate. Hopefully you will donate, and what this will do is allow me to make a better film than I can without the money. It's important to me that this be a really good film. So take a look below at the details. Go to facebook.com/whereameveryeye. Take a look on there at some of the location photographs, the cupcake that my girlfriend was kind enough to make in dedication to the film that hasn't even been made yet. And the details, more details about the film are on there as well. There'll be casting details coming up soon. I'll include those on this page. One location has pretty much been confirmed, and you can see the photos of that on Facebook. It can also be followed on Twitter @whereameveryeye, and you can follow progress on there as well. And there's a Tumblr blog, which hasn't kicked off completely yet, but will soon be, with details all about the pitch last year and the progress so far, the writing of the script, the scouting of locations, the search for cast, as the next, I think, 2.5 months follow on. There'll be more details as we go along. I'm hoping to make some behind the scenes stuff. There'll be some test footage coming up of a particular camera, not trick, but playfulness that I want to have involved in the film. I'll be testing that out, and I'll be putting footage of that up on Facebook as well. So get involved, get excited, I hope, and look forward to the film coming towards the end of May. And thank you in advance for any donations that you decide to send our way. And I really look forward to sending out the gifts that you get in return for your donation. So thank you very much. Genre specificity. I don't know if you can. That's just a blur. Hi, internet. No, that's what's that? I'm really excited about it, and I think quite a few. Hello, internet.